Welcome to another video where we're diving into the world of celebrity downfalls. 2024 has been a particularly brutal year for some of Hollywood's biggest stars, with career ending scandals, box office bombs, and legal troubles that have permanently altered their trajectories in the entertainment industry. Today, we're looking at 10 celebrities who effectively ruined their careers in 2024, examining what went wrong and whether there's any path to redemption for these fallen stars. Let's start with Sean Diddy Combs, whose spectacular fall from grace has been perhaps the most shocking celebrity implosion in recent memory. For decades, Diddy was the epitome of hip hop entrepreneurship, building an empire spanning music, fashion, and liquor. But in March 2024, everything changed when federal agents raided his Miami and Los Angeles homes, leading to his arrest on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation for prostitution. The allegations against Diddy are truly disturbing. Prosecutors claim he orchestrated what he called freak-offs, elaborate drug-fueled sex parties that allegedly involved coercion and violence. Over 120 accusers have come forward with lawsuits against the mogul, including men, women, and reportedly some who were minors at the time of the alleged incidents. The leaked security footage showing Diddy physically assaulting his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hotel hallway was just the beginning of what has become a catastrophic unraveling of his public image. What makes Diddy's case particularly explosive is how it threatens to bring down other celebrities in its wake. Investigators have seized phones and computers containing what they describe as damning evidence that could implicate numerous other high-profile figures. The music industry has responded by distancing itself from Diddy. His Revolt TV network removed him from its board, his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame has been repeatedly vandalized, and his music has been pulled from many radio stations. At 54 years old, facing potential life imprisonment if convicted, it's difficult to imagine any scenario where Diddy's career or reputation recovers from this. Next up is Kanye West, now legally known as Ye, who has been on a self-destructive path for years, but seemed to reach a point of no return in 2024. After his anti-Semitic comments in 2022 cost him partnerships with Adidas, Gap, and Balenciaga, many thought Ye couldn't fall much further. They were wrong. In 2024, his former assistant, Lauren Pisciotta, filed multiple lawsuits against him, alleging sexual harassment, wrongful termination, and breach of contract. Most disturbingly, she claimed she was drugged and assaulted during a recording session linked to both West and Diddy. As if that weren't enough, former America's Next Top Model contestant, Jeananne Moseley, also came forward with allegations that West sexually assaulted her on a music video set back in 2010. These legal troubles coincided with the bizarre rollout of his album Vultures with Ty Dolla $ign, which featured controversial lyrics and imagery that further alienated fans and critics alike. His erratic public appearances, including wearing full face coverings and making rambling, incoherent statements, have led many mental health professionals to express concern about his well-being. Once considered a musical genius, West's legacy is now permanently tarnished, with many industry insiders privately acknowledging that his career as a mainstream artist is effectively over. Moving on to Dan Schneider, the once powerful Nickelodeon producer whose career was already on shaky ground after his 2018 departure from the network. The 2024 release of the documentary series Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV delivered what many consider the final blow to any hopes of a comeback. The series detailed allegations of a toxic work environment, inappropriate behavior toward young actors, and questionable content decisions in shows like iCarly, Victorious, and Sam and Cat. As former child stars and staff members described an atmosphere of fear, with Schneider allegedly subjecting writers to verbal abuse and demanding massages from employees. While Schneider attempted damage control through an interview with former Nickelodeon actor Bougie E, his apology was widely viewed as insufficient and self-serving. The documentary revealed how Schneider's shows often included suggestive content involving minors, including scenes focused on feet that many found disturbing in retrospect. With major streaming platforms removing his name from show credits and Hollywood essentially blacklisting him, Schneider's once mighty children's entertainment empire has crumbled completely. Jimmy Donaldson, better known as Mr. Beast, built a YouTube empire based on extravagant stunts, massive giveaways, and philanthropic efforts. With over 200 million subscribers, he seemed untouchable until 2024. The launch of his Amazon Prime Video show, Beast Games, was marred by a class action lawsuit from contestants alleging poor working conditions, including food and sleep deprivation, lack of overtime pay, and instances of sexual harassment on set. This wasn't the first time Mr. Beast faced accusations of creating a toxic work environment. Former employees had previously described a culture of bullying and unreasonable demands, but the high-profile nature of the Amazon show and the legal action brought these issues to mainstream attention. While Mr. Beast has denied the allegations, calling them baseless, the damage to his carefully cultivated image as a generous benefactor has been significant. Major brands have reportedly reconsidered partnerships, and his expansion into traditional media has hit a major roadblock. At just 26 years old, Mr. Beast's fall demonstrates how quickly even the most successful digital creators can see their empires threatened when serious allegations emerge. Sean Kingston's career troubles took a different turn when he and his mother, Janice Turner, were arrested following a raid on his Miami mansion. The pair were later indicted on charges of wire fraud and conspiracy related to the alleged fraudulent purchase of $1 million worth of luxury items they reportedly never paid for. This wasn't Turner's first brush with the law. She previously served time for bank fraud before Kingston released his hit, Beautiful Girls. The legal troubles have effectively halted Kingston's attempts at a musical comeback. Concert promoters have canceled appearances, and his streaming numbers have plummeted as the legal case progresses. With potential sentences of up to 20 years per count if convicted, Kingston's career revival seems increasingly unlikely. The case has also raised questions about the influence of his mother on his business affairs, with prosecutors alleging that Turner was heavily involved in the fraudulent schemes. Once a promising young star with hits like Fire Burning and Take You There, Kingston's career now appears to be another casualty of 2024. Rapper Lil Durk found himself facing extraordinarily serious charges when he was arrested as the alleged ringleader in a murder-for-hire plot. Federal prosecutors claim that Durk, whose real name is Dirk Banks, offered to pay 5 associates to kill rapper Quando Rondo as retribution for the 2020 killing of King Von, who was signed to Durk's Only the Family record label. The case stems from a 2022 shooting in Los Angeles that claimed the life of Quando Rondo's cousin. Despite pleading not guilty, Durk remains in custody as he awaits a trial scheduled for early 2025. The gravity of the charges, conspiracy to commit murder for hire resulting in death, carries potential penalties of life imprisonment or even the death penalty. The case has devastated Durk's career momentum just as he was achieving mainstream success with his album Almost Healed and collaborations with artists like J. Cole and Metro Boomin. His record label has essentially suspended operations, and radio stations have pulled his music from rotation. The case serves as a stark reminder of how quickly a rising career can be derailed by serious criminal allegations. Acclaimed author Neil Gaiman, known for works like American Gods, Coraline, and The Sandman, saw his reputation severely damaged in 2024 when 5 women came forward with allegations of sexual misconduct. Among the accusers was his child's former nanny, who claimed Gaiman sexually assaulted her hours after their first meeting. While Gaiman has denied the accusations, the impact on his career has been immediate and severe. Several productions associated with Gaiman were put on hold or altered, including the final season of Good Omens, which will now be produced as a 90-minute special without his involvement. Disney's film adaptation of The Graveyard Book also appears to be in jeopardy. Publishers have distanced themselves from promoting his work, and literary events have withdrawn invitations. For an author whose career spanned decades and whose work crossed multiple media formats, the allegations have created a profound rupture in his legacy that may prove impossible to repair. Blake Lively seemed poised for a career-defining year in 2024, with a prominent cameo in the blockbuster Deadpool and Wolverine and a leading role in the adaptation of Colleen Hoover's bestseller It Ends With Us. However, her public image took a significant hit during the press tour for the latter film. Already under scrutiny due to rumors of tension with director co-star Justin Baldoni, Lively made what many considered a serious misstep by heavily promoting her hair care brand while doing publicity for a film about domestic violence. Critics and domestic violence advocates found the juxtaposition tone-deaf and opportunistic. Though sources claimed the product launch wasn't intended to coincide with the film's release, the damage was done. Lively's flowery, fashion-focused approach to promoting a serious film about abuse struck many as insensitive. Social media users criticized her for appearing to use the film's platform primarily to boost her business ventures. While the controversy hasn't ended her career, it has significantly damaged her carefully cultivated image as a relatable star, with industry insiders noting that several planned projects have been quietly put on hold as studios gauge the long-term impact on her marketability. Jennifer Lopez entered 2024 with high hopes for her 9th studio album, This Is Me Now, a companion documentary, and a planned world tour. The project was deeply personal, chronicling her life journey and rekindled romance with Ben Affleck. Lopez even covered the album's $20 million budget herself, believing the investment would pay off given the publicity surrounding her relationship with Affleck and her return to music. Instead, the album became one of the year's most high-profile commercial failures, failing to crack the Billboard 200's top 20. Critics found the documentary the greatest love story never told, inauthentic, and self-indulgent. As ticket sales for her planned tour underperformed, Lopez made the unprecedented decision to cancel the entire tour just months before it was set to begin, citing a desire to spend time with family. This explanation rang hollow when, shortly after, news broke of her divorce from Affleck after just 2 years of marriage. The combination of professional failure and personal turmoil, along with renewed scrutiny of her past relationship with Diddy amid his legal troubles, has created a perfect storm that has seriously damaged Lopez's brand. At 55, industry experts question whether she can recover the commercial viability she once enjoyed. Finally, Katy Perry's long-awaited musical comeback with 143 marked her first studio album in nearly 4 years. After taking a hiatus to focus on American Idol, her Las Vegas residency, and motherhood, Perry positioned the album as a celebration of female empowerment. However, her decision to collaborate with producer Dr. Luke, who was previously accused of sexually assaulting Kesha, struck many as hypocritical and tone-deaf. Though Keisha's case against Dr. Luke was settled out of court, Perry's choice to work with him sent a mixed message that undermined the album's feminist themes. The controversy might have been weatherable if the music had connected with audiences, but 143 was both a critical and commercial disappointment. Lead single Woman's World failed to make a significant impact on the charts, and critics found the album derivative and lacking the spark of Perry's earlier work. The underperformance led to her departure from Capitol Records after a 17-year relationship, marking the end of an era for the once dominant pop star. While Perry's career isn't over, her position as a leading force in pop music appears to be, with industry analysts suggesting she may need to reinvent herself completely to remain relevant. What's particularly notable about the celebrity downfalls of 2024 is how many of them seem permanent rather than temporary. In an era of increased accountability and decreased tolerance for problematic behavior, the path to redemption has become narrower and more difficult to navigate. For figures like Diddy and Lil Durk facing serious criminal charges, there may be no way back. For others, like Mr. Beast and Blake Lively, whose controversies are less severe, rehabilitation remains possible, but will require genuine accountability and meaningful change. As we move into 2025, these cautionary tales remind us that in today's media landscape, careers built over decades can unravel in days. The question isn't just whether these celebrities can recover their former status, but whether the industry and public are willing to give second chances in an age where cancel culture and consequences often seem indistinguishable. What do you think? Are any of these celebrities deserving of a comeback? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on the ever-changing world of entertainment.